The Valorian research ship was silent as it floated high above Earth. Dr. Teo stood near the big window and looked down at the blue planet below. He had been studying this world for 3 years. 3 years of watching, 3 years of recording, 3 years of noting every small thing that the humans did. The planet Earth was beautiful, but the people who lived on it were not very interesting to Teo. They were like insects to him, small, slow, not important. The Valorian Empire had seen many worlds. They had seen many species. The Valorian people had visited over 17,000 worlds in their travels through space. They had found intelligent life on many of them. Some were advanced. Some were just learning to use fire. Humans were somewhere in the middle. They could make machines. They could build cities. But they did not have spaceships. They did not have advanced weapons. To the Valorian people, humans were not very dangerous. They were not very smart. They were just ordinary. Dr. Min Kyung worked at the control station. She was younger than Teo, but she was very smart. She watched the screens and made sure all the machines worked well. Today, she was bored. Every day was the same. Watch the humans. Record what they do. Send down small machines to study their behavior. Nothing ever changed. Nothing ever happened. "Dr. Teo," Min Kyung called out. "The drone is ready for release." Teo moved to look at the screens. The drone was a small machine. It was called a Model 7. It looked like a rock from space. It looked like a meteor. This was on purpose. The Valorian scientists wanted to see how humans would react if they thought a meteor was falling from the sky. Would they be scared? Would they run? Would they try to stop it? These were simple questions. The answers would tell them about human nature. "Release it over the big city," Teo said. "The one they call Seoul. It is full of people. We will get good data." Min Kyung pressed some buttons. The drone fell away from the ship. It began to fall down toward Earth, down, down, down through the sky. The plan was simple. The drone would fall. The humans would see it. The humans would react. The machines on the drone would record everything. The Valorian scientists would learn more about this boring species. But something was wrong. "Doctor," Min Kyung's voice was different now, not bored, worried. "We have a problem?" Teo looked at the screens. The drone was falling too fast. The speed was not right. The path was not right. Something in Earth's air was affecting the machine in a way they did not understand. "What is happening?" Teo asked. Min Kyung was pressing buttons very fast. Her eyes were wide. "The propulsion system is not working right. It is failing. The drone will not stop. It will hit the ground. It will hit the city. It will hit many humans." This was bad. If the drone hit humans, they might find it. They might study it. They might learn that something was watching them from the sky. This would ruin the observation protocol. The Valorian rules were very strict. Humans could not know about visitors from space. Not yet. Humans were too young, too primitive, too unpredictable. "Can we bring it back?" Teo asked. "No," Min Kyung said. She was shaking her head. "The power is too low. We cannot control it anymore." Teo felt something he did not often feel: worry. The drone would fall. It would land in the middle of the city. Many humans would see it. Many humans would record it. Everything would be exposed. The observation protocol would fail. "How long until impact?" he asked. 6 minutes, Min Kyung said. "Maybe 7. Teo looked at the planet below. He looked at the city. He thought about what would happen. He thought about what the High Council would say. He thought about what his superiors would do. This was a very big problem. This was the worst thing that could happen. "Keep watching," Teo said. "Keep recording. We need to see everything that happens." Min Kyung nodded. She kept pressing buttons and watching the screens. The drone kept falling. It was getting closer to the city. The people below did not know what was coming. They were walking and talking and buying things and living their normal lives. None of them knew that a strange machine from space was about to fall from the sky. Teo watched and waited. In 5 minutes, everything would change. He did not know it yet, but the boring observation of a boring species was about to become the most interesting and important moment of his entire life. The drone was falling. Something impossible was about to happen, and the future of both worlds would never be the same again. The minutes ticked by slowly. Teo kept his eyes on the screens. Min-kyung kept pressing buttons and making notes. The drone kept falling. It was so close now. So very close to the ground, close to the humans, close to changing everything. 2 minutes, Min-kyung said quietly. Teo took a deep breath. He did not know what to expect, but he knew that the next few moments would be important. The next few moments would decide many things. For him, for the Valorian Empire, for the humans below. The drone fell toward the city, toward the future, toward something neither species was ready for. Heine was walking across the university campus when the sky began to burn. She was thinking about her design project. She was thinking about how to make buildings that were both beautiful and useful. She was a student of architecture. She loved creating things. She loved designing spaces where people could live and work and be happy. This was why she came to the university. This was why she studied so hard. The campus was busy that day. It was Tuesday morning. The sun was bright. The weather was nice. Many students were walking between classes. Some were sitting on the grass and eating lunch. Some were inside the building studying hard. It was a normal day at the university, a day like many other days. Heina walked across the plaza where many students gathered. It was a big open space with nice stone floors. There were benches and tables. There was a place to buy food and drinks. Many students liked to come here and talk with their friends. Heina was walking toward the library when she noticed something strange in the sky. At first, she thought it was just a bird. Just a normal bird flying across the blue sky. But then the light came. A bright light. Very bright. It hurt her eyes to look at it. The light was white and hot and wrong. It was not the light of the sun. This was a different kind of light. Heina looked up and saw it. A shape. A metallic shape. It was falling from the sky very fast. Very, very fast. She could hear the sound it made, a terrible screaming sound, the sound of something moving through the air at impossible speed. She did not think. She did not plan. Something inside her just acted. Her legs moved faster than they should have moved. She ran across the plaza. Her friends were shouting behind her. They were confused. They did not understand what was happening, but Heina understood. She understood that something was falling, something was going to crash, something was going to hurt people. Her body felt strange, strong, fast, more powerful than it had ever been. Every muscle in her body felt alive. Every nerve felt awake. It was like she had been asleep her whole life, and now she was waking up. The metal object was very close now. Very, very close. She could see it clearly. It was shaped like something no human had ever made. It had symbols on it that she could not read. It was warm. She could feel the heat from it even though it was still in the air. Heina stretched out her arms. She opened her hands. She did not know why she was doing this. It made no sense. A machine falling from the sky at this speed would kill her. It would crush her. It would destroy her body. But she did it anyway. The machine hit her hands. The impact was huge, enormous. The force was like being hit by a truck, like being hit by 10 trucks, like being hit by a building falling from the sky. But her body did not break. Her arms did not snap. Her hands did not crush. Instead, she held it. She held the falling machine. She held the impossible object that had fallen from space. Her arms absorbed the force. Her legs bent. Her whole body moved with the impact. But she caught it. She actually caught it. For 3 seconds, nothing happened. The plaza was completely silent. All the students had stopped moving. All the students had stopped talking. Everyone was staring at Haina. Everyone was staring at the metal object in her hands. Everyone was trying to understand what they had just seen. Then the sound came back. The noise came back. The world came back. "What was that?" someone screamed. "Did she just catch it?" another person shouted. "Get your phone! Get a video!" another student yelled. The plaza exploded with noise and movement and chaos. Every student took out their phone. Every student started recording. Every student started taking pictures. What they had just seen was impossible. What they had just seen was not real. But it was real. It was happening right in front of them. Haina looked down at her hands. The object was warm. It was made of metal she did not recognize. It was heavy, very heavy, heavier than it should have been, and it was making a sound. A soft sound, a sound like something inside it was working, something inside it was alive. She looked at the symbols on the metal surface. They glowed faintly. They were beautiful. They were strange. They were nothing like any human writing, nothing like any human language. Then Haina understood. This was not from Earth. This was not made by humans. This was something else, something from somewhere else. Something from somewhere very far away. Around her, more and more videos were being recorded. More and more photos were being taken. The news was spreading. The whole world would know about this in minutes. The whole world would see what she had done. The whole world would know that something impossible had happened on a normal Tuesday morning at a Korean university. Haina looked at the object in her hands. She looked at the scared faces of her friends and other students. She understood that everything had changed. Nothing would ever be the same again. Her quiet life as a student was over. Her simple dream of becoming an architect was over. Something much bigger was beginning. She did the only thing she could think to do. She turned and ran. She ran as fast as her legs could carry her. She ran faster than she had ever run before. She ran faster than any human should be able to run. Her body felt strong. Her body felt powerful. And in her hands, she held the secret that would change the world. She held the truth that nobody expected. She held proof that humans were not alone in the universe, and everything was about to fall apart. The observation room of the Valorian ship went crazy. Every alarm started ringing at the same time. Every light began flashing red. Every screen showed the same impossible information. The machine that was supposed to be a simple observation tool was now sending data that made no sense. Data that could not be true. Data that broke every rule of biology that the Valorian scientists had ever learned. Dr. Teo stood frozen. He was staring at the screens. He could not believe what he was seeing. The numbers kept coming. More and more numbers, more and more data. The information was printing so fast that the machines could hardly keep up. "What is this?" he whispered. His voice was very quiet. His voice was very small. Dr. Min Kyung was already working. Her hands were moving very fast. She was typing commands into the computer. She was pulling up files. She was running programs that would analyze the data. Her face was very pale. Her hands were shaking a little bit. "The drone was caught," Min Kyung said. Her voice was not steady. "The drone was caught by a human, one human. A single human caught the drone with bare hands." "That is not possible," Teo said. "No," Min Kyung agreed. "It is not possible. But it happened." Teo moved to the main screen. He looked at the video data from the drone. He watched the impossible moment happen. He watched a young human female run toward the falling drone. He watched her stretch out her arms. He watched her catch an object that was moving at 847 kilometers per hour. She caught it like it was a light ball, like it was something gentle and slow. "Run the impact analysis," Teo said. Min Kyung pressed more buttons. Numbers appeared on the screen. Force measurements, speed calculations, energy readings. The numbers were huge. The numbers showed that catching the drone should have killed any human. The impact force should have broken every bone in the human body. The human should have been destroyed. But the human was not destroyed. The human was standing. The human was holding the drone. The human was alive. "This makes no sense," Teo said. He was talking to himself now. He was thinking out loud. "Human biology cannot do this. Human muscles cannot produce this strength. Human bones cannot absorb this force. Human reflexes cannot be this fast." Min Kyung was looking at other data. She was looking at the biometric readings. The drone had sensors. The sensors could read body temperature. The sensors could read heart rate. The sensors could read brain activity. The sensors could read many things about the human holding it. "Doctor," Min Kyung said. Her voice was strange now. "Look at this." She brought up a new set of data on the main screen. Teo leaned forward to read it. The numbers made his heart beat very fast. The reaction time of this human was impossible. The muscle efficiency was impossible. The brain activity pattern was impossible. But the most impossible part was the genetic data. The drone had a special scanner. This scanner could read DNA from the air. It could read DNA from skin cells. It could read DNA from anything touched by the human. And the DNA was wrong. The DNA did not match what it should match. The DNA had markers that should not be there. Markers that were not natural. Markers that were designed. Deliberately designed. Engineered. "This human has altered genes," Min Kyung said slowly. "This human has genetic code that is not natural. This human has been modified." Teo felt cold, very cold. He suddenly understood what this meant. This changed everything. This changed all of their knowledge about humanity. This changed all of their reports. This changed all of their understanding of this species. "The test scanners," Teo said quickly. "What did the test scanners say?" Min Kyung was already looking. She was pulling up the diagnostic files. The test scanners were automatic systems. They read data and created reports. They analyzed the information and printed their conclusions. Now they were printing something that would change everything. The printer began to make noise. It was printing paper. It was printing the official analysis. It was printing the scanner's conclusion about what they had just discovered. Teo watched the paper come out of the machine slowly, word by word, letter by letter. The paper said, "Earth Reflex Anomaly." That was all. Just 3 words. 3 words that meant everything was wrong. 3 words that meant humanity was not what they thought. 3 words that meant the entire observation protocol was broken. "Send this to the High Council immediately," Teo said. "Send every piece of data. Send every video. Send every analysis. They need to know about this." Min Kyung was already typing. Messages were going out into space. Messages were traveling at the speed of light toward Valorian space. Messages that would reach the High Council in hours. Messages that would shock the entire empire. Teo sat down in his chair. He was thinking very hard. He was trying to understand what this meant. A human with impossible abilities. A human with engineered genes. A human that should not exist according to everything they knew. In the computer systems, more data was coming in. More information was being recorded. The human was running. The human was taking the drone and running away. The human was moving faster than any human should move. The human was escaping. "Where is she going?" Teo asked. Min Kyung was tracking the signal. The drone was moving through the city. The drone was moving very fast, moving faster than a car, moving like it was being carried by something very powerful. "She is heading north," Min Kyung said. "She is heading toward the city center. She is heading toward a place with many tall buildings." Teo understood. The human was smart. The human was trying to hide. The human understood that something was wrong and that hiding would be good. "Keep tracking her," Teo said. Keep recording everything. We need to understand this. We need to know what is happening on Earth. Everything is different now. The screens showed the city below. The human female was running through streets. She was moving like nothing Teo had ever seen before. She was fast, she was strong, she was impossible. And somewhere in Seoul, a young architecture student named Haina did not know that her entire world was being watched from the sky. She did not know that her actions had just changed the course of human history. She did not know that scientists very far away were trying to understand what she was. She only knew that she had to run. She only knew that something very big and very strange was happening, and she was the key to everything. Haina's apartment was small but nice. She lived alone on the 15th floor of a building in Seoul. She had a small kitchen. She had a bedroom with a single bed. She had a living room with a window that looked out over the city. It was her quiet place, her safe place, the place where she could think and create and be herself. But now it was not safe anymore. She locked the door behind her and put the chair against it. The chair would not stop anyone who really wanted to come in, but it made her feel a little bit better. She was breathing very hard. Her heart was beating very fast. Her hands were shaking. The metal object from space was still in her hands. It was warm, very warm. The symbols on it were glowing brighter now, brighter than they had been at the university. She did not know what it meant. She did not know what it wanted. She only knew that this thing had changed everything. Her phone started ringing again and again, call after call. Her mother was calling. Her friends were calling. Unknown numbers were calling. News stations were calling. Everyone wanted to talk to her. Everyone wanted to know what had happened. Everyone wanted to know about the strange object. She did not answer any of them. She turned the phone off. Then she heard his voice from the other room. Her brother. Kang Ho was coming home early from work. He had heard about what happened. He had seen the videos. He was worried about his sister. "Hi, Na," he called out as he opened the door. He was pushing against her chair. "Why is this chair here? Why is the door locked?" She came out of the bedroom. She was still holding the drone. Her brother's face changed when he saw it. His eyes got very big. His mouth opened, but no words came out. "That is it," he whispered. "That is the thing from the sky." "Yes," Haina said. "I do not know what to do with it. I do not know what it is. I do not know what it wants." Kang Ho was a programmer. He worked with computers every day. He was smart with technology. He moved closer to look at the object. He did not touch it, but he studied it very carefully. "These symbols," he said slowly. "These are not from Earth. These are not human writing. What is this thing?" "I think it is a machine," Haina said. "I think it is a probe. A probe from somewhere else. A probe from space." "From aliens?" Kang Ho asked. "I think so," Haina said. Kang Ho sat down on the couch. He was trying to understand. He was trying to make sense of what his sister was telling him. A machine from aliens. A probe from space. A device that had fallen from the sky and was caught by his sister. "Why did they send it?" he asked. "I do not know," Haina said. "Maybe to study us. Maybe to understand us. Maybe to see if we are alone in the universe." Outside the apartment, they could hear sounds. Sounds from the street below. Sounds of police cars. Sounds of military vehicles. Sounds of helicopters in the sky. Everyone in Seoul knew what had happened. Everyone in the city was looking for the girl who had caught the falling object. Everyone was trying to find her. "They will come here soon," Kang Ho said. "The police, the military, everyone. They will want this thing." Haina nodded. She knew this was true. She knew that governments would want the drone. She knew that militaries would want it. She knew that every powerful person in the world would want it. The drone was the most valuable object on Earth now. It was proof of something that people had always wondered about. Proof that humanity was not alone. Proof that there were others out there. Proof that the universe was much bigger than anyone had imagined. "We need to protect it," Hai-Na said. "We need to understand it before they take it from us." Kang-ho moved to the window and looked down at the streets below. There were already police cars arriving. There were already soldiers setting up near the building. They were coming for her. They would be in the building soon. "What do you want to do?" Kang-ho asked. Hai-Na was thinking very hard. She was trying to decide what was the right thing to do. She could give them the drone. She could hand it over to the government. She could let the authorities study it. But something inside her said that was wrong. Something told her that if she gave it to them, they would keep it secret. They would hide it. They would use it for weapons. They would not share the knowledge with the world. "I want to understand it first," Hai-Na said. "I want to know what this thing is. I want to know why whoever sent it wanted me to catch it. I want to know what is happening to me. Why I can move so fast. Why I am so strong. Why I could catch something that should have killed me." "The impact should have killed you," Kang-ho said. He was looking at the videos on his computer. The videos from the university. The videos that were showing the world what happened. "The force should have broken every bone in your body." "But it did not," Hai-Na said. "And I want to know why." There was a knock on the door. Very hard. Very loud. "This is the police!" Someone shouted from outside. "Open the door! We need to talk to you!" Hai-Na and Kang-ho looked at each other. This was it. This was the moment when they had to decide. Turn over the drone or find another way. "There is a way," Kang-ho said suddenly. He was moving to his computer. He was typing very fast. "I can upload everything. I can record everything. I can put it on the internet. If we show the world what we know, then they cannot hide it. Then they cannot keep it secret." The knocking got louder. The police were pushing on the door. The chair was not going to hold them back much longer. "Do it," Hai-Na said. She placed the drone on Kang-ho's desk. "Record everything. Let the world see this. Let the world know the truth." Kang-ho's fingers flew across the keyboard. He was setting up the camera. He was setting up the recording. He was getting ready to broadcast to the internet, to show everyone what had happened, to share the secret with the whole world. The door burst open. Police officers rushed in. Military officers rushed in. Everyone came into the apartment looking for the drone, looking for the girl, looking for the proof that aliens were real. But Hai-Na was calm now. She was not afraid anymore, because she knew that whatever happened next, the truth was already going out into the world. The secret was already being shared. The knowledge was already spreading to every person on Earth. Nothing could stop it now. Everything was about to change. The High Council Chamber of the Valorian Empire was the most important place in the entire galaxy. It was where decisions were made that affected billions of beings across thousands of worlds. It was where the future was decided. It was where the most powerful minds in the universe gathered to think about big questions and solve big problems. Today, the council was very angry. Dr. Teo stood before them. He was standing alone in the center of a huge room. All around him, the council members sat in high chairs. They were tall. They were powerful. They were looking at him like he was responsible for a disaster, which, in some ways, he was. "You were supposed to observe without being seen," the first council member said. Her voice was very deep and very cold. "You were supposed to watch the humans without them knowing anything about us. This was the protocol. This was the rule." "Yes, honored council member," Teo said quietly. "But you failed," another council member said. "You sent down a probe. The humans found the probe. And now the entire world knows that we are here. The entire human species knows that someone is watching them from space. You have broken every rule we have. You have broken 30,000 years of observation protocols." Teo did not try to make excuses. He could not. What they said was true. The drone had been captured. The videos had been broadcast across the entire human internet. Billions of humans now knew that extraterrestrial life existed. Billions of humans now knew that something was watching them from the sky. However, a third council member said, "There is something more important than your failure." The room became very quiet. Everyone was listening. "The human who caught the probe," the council member continued, "has genetic markers that should not exist on Earth. She has DNA that has been engineered. She has biology that has been designed by advanced technology. This human is not natural. This human should not be possible." On the big screen in front of the council, a video played. It showed Haina catching the drone. It showed her running through the city. It showed her strength and speed and abilities that no normal human should have. "How is this possible?" another council member asked. Dr. Teo took a step forward. He had studied this question for many hours. He had looked at all the data. He had thought about all the possibilities. "I believe," Teo said slowly, "that this human contains genetic material from an ancient Valorian expedition. I believe that thousands of years ago, a mission came to Earth. I believe that the mission leaders made modifications to the human species. I believe they left genetic markers that would enhance human ability. Markers that would activate under stress. Markers that would make humans stronger and faster when they needed to be." The council was very quiet. Everyone was thinking about what this meant. "If this is true," the first council member said, "then we have created this human. We have made her what she is. She is partly Valorian. She is partly human. She is something new, something unprecedented." Commander Sabin stood up. She was one of the most respected military leaders in the entire Valorian Empire. She had led expeditions to hundreds of worlds. She had seen many things. She had done many things. "The question," Sabin said, "is not how this happened. The question is what we do now. The humans know we are here. They will not forget. They will not go back to thinking they are alone. Everything has changed. We must decide how to respond." The council members looked at each other. They were thinking about this problem, this very big problem. "We could destroy the records," one of them said. "We could make them forget. We have technology that could do this." "No," Sabin said. "We could not make all of them forget. There are too many videos. There are too many people who have seen the truth. We cannot put this secret back in the box. The secret is out. We must accept this." "So what do you suggest?" the first council member asked. "Contact," Sabin said. "We should make contact with the human species. We should send an official message. We should tell them that we come in peace. We should tell them that we are not here to hurt them. We should tell them that we want to help them understand who they are." The council members began to talk. The room filled with voices. Everyone had an opinion. Everyone had an idea. The debate went on for hours. Finally, the first council member raised her hand. Everyone stopped talking. "We will vote," she said. "All in favor of making official contact with the human species?" There was a long silence. Then, one by one, the council members raised their hands. 1, 2, 3, more and more hands went up, until every council member had voted in favor. "It is decided," the first council member said. "We will make contact with humanity. We will meet with them. We will tell them the truth. We will tell them that they are not alone in the universe. And we will tell them that we have been watching them for a very long time." Commander Sabin bowed to the council. "I will lead the first contact mission," she said. "I will go to Earth. I will meet with the human who caught the drone. I will speak with her. I will try to understand her. I will try to help her understand what she is." "Go," the first council member said. "Take a small team. Take one ship. Go to Earth and make first contact with humanity. This is a historic moment. Handle it with care." Sabin left the chamber. She was already thinking about what would happen next. She was already planning the mission. She was already preparing to meet the humans face to face. In Seoul, Haina did not know what was happening in the council chamber. She did not know that the Valorian Empire was deciding her future. She did not know that she was about to change the course of human history. But she would know very soon. The first contact mission was about to begin. A spacecraft was being prepared. A commander was gathering her team. Very soon, a ship from another world would appear in Earth's sky. Very soon, humans and Valorians would meet for the first time since ancient history. Very soon, everything would be different. The future was coming. The future was racing toward Earth at the speed of light, and when it arrived, nothing would ever be the same again.